Hello and welcome to the agenda. I am Ajay Kaul. In this program today we will discuss why farmers are protesting against three farm bills. Farmers in several states across the country are agitating today against three new laws related to the farming sector. The agitating farmers fear that the new laws would put them at a major disadvantage, particularly since the legislations have no mention about a minimum support price or MSP. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said the MSP will continue and that there is no need to specify it in the law since it was not done earlier even. So why is there such a hue and cry over these bills? We will try to analyze it in the agenda today. We have with us Mr. Binod Anand, founder member of Rashtriya Kisan Mahasangh, and Mr. Vijay Sardana, agri-business expert. But before we start our conversation, let us have a look at this report.
There is a hue and cry over three laws relating to farming sector which were passed by Parliament just a few days back. Farmers in several states today held protests to oppose these new laws as they feel their interest would be hurt. The farmers are specifically voicing apprehensions regarding continuance of minimum support price or MSP system. Is the price at which the government has been procuring farm produce. There is no mention about MSP in these laws, and this is being seen with suspicion by the farmers, even though the government, including at the level of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, has assured that it will continue. The Prime Minister has been maintaining that these laws will free the farmers from the clutches of middlemen. He has said the farmers are being misled by some political parties. His inference is to the parties like Congress, Samajwadi Party and RJD and former NDA ally Shiromani Akali Dal, which are supporting the protests by farmers. The Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Promotion and Facilitation Bill, one of the three legislations passed by Parliament, makes it clear that purchase of farm produce in state-regulated Agriculture Produce Market Committee or APMC mandis will continue as before. The APMC wouldn't stop functioning either. Nothing prevents farmers from selling their produce or traders and processors from buying in these mandis. The Prime Minister also said today that the law is not against Krishi mandis already in existence. The government has sought to project the new laws as creating an ecosystem where farmers will enjoy the freedom of choice to sell to anyone, anywhere in the country. Farmers, traders, processors, retailers or exporters will henceforth not be forced to sell or buy on the physical premises of APMC mandis. But the farmers, particularly in some states, do not seem to be impressed by government's promises and assurances and hence are on the war path. Bureau Report.
Now let's welcome our guests, Mr. Binod Anand and Mr. Sardana. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
So my first question is to Mr. Anand. Why are farmers on the war path?
You this very important program at this juncture when really farmers are not clear with what to do. Farmers on the road are on the road due to the two particular reasons. That what was the hurry, and if it is in a hurry, then why farmers are not taken into confidence? Why no one is talking talking the terms with a clear terms? There are too much of trouble. There are too much of blurriness in what the bill is exposing, bill is reflecting, and what the reality is. So due to that, they are on the road. For example, I will trade you even the definition of trade area. What are the challenges when if there is any resentment, and MSP is another important issue. So due to these three reasons, the farmers are on the road, and that is the reason we need to think something differently, because agriculture is the one sector which not only provides us the food security, but it also gives a supporting system to the whole of the agro industry. It provides raw material. Agriculture is also the one of the sector which supports the supply chain. All trucks, this whole transportation system, a big chunk of that transportation sector income comes to agriculture. But there is a absolute no clarity with the government, what they are doing, how they are doing, and what they intend to do in coming time. So due to these things, and there is no direct communication to the farming community, there are communication in the parliament, and you have seen the ruckus on Sunday in the Rajya Sabha. So these are the very reasons, Mr. Kaul.
But Mr. Anand, you are saying that there is no clarity. The government has been clarifying that there are no issues, particularly about MSP. The assurance has been given by the Prime Minister at that level that MSP will continue. So why is there a concern still?
When I will go to the market, I would not take the tweet and the speech of the Honorable Prime Minister and Honorable Agriculture Union Minister. Agriculture is a state subject, and mandis are under the APMC Act governed by a state government. So if I'm a farmer of Punjab, or else I'm a farmer of some state where the BJP government is not there, then mandis will have a different rulings. And in that case, I need executive order. I need a piece of paper to support what the Honorable Prime Minister is saying in the Parliament and at the various places. So due to this very reason, I am very much confused, and my farmers are very much confused. Why don't you come with an executive order? What is the problem in that? If you have come with the 3 bills of more than 50 pages, then what is the problem in just giving a 2-line clarification over an executive order that MSP has to stay? Why they are only saying, they are not giving it in writing? What is their intention of not giving that into the writing? That is the concern. I am not going to take the speech of the Honorable Prime Minister on my mobile. I will go to the mandi.
Okay, let me turn to Mr. Sardana. Mr. Sardana, you heard Mr. Binod Anand about the concerns of farmers. Is there still confusion, or what are there concerns genuine?
See, first of all, what is important here is, if people have read the law, then all issues are very clearly defined in a very simple English and simple Hindi. If they have not read it, all such confusion and clarification seeking attitude will remain. So my request to all those people, those who have a doubt, please read the law. Tell us exactly which line is bothering them. For example, Vinodji has mentioned trade area. Trade area is very clearly defined under subsection M of the notification. Should I read it?
Yeah, please.
Trade area means any area or location, place of production, collection and aggregation, including farmers' farm gate, factory premises, warehouses, silos, cold storage, any other structure or place from where trade of farmers' produce may be taken in the territory of India, but does not include the premises, enclosure and structures which is within APMC. Because APMC is a state subject. This law is by central government. As per constitution, we cannot interfere in state operations of APMC. So where is the confusion? Point here is that everything is very clearly written. Now, this bill gives a very fundamental power to farmers. What law says in a very simple one line, you are trading in APMC as farmers. If you are not getting the right price in APMC, you are free to trade outside APMC. This is the law. Nothing else. Why people are worried when it comes to giving freedom to farmers? Vinodji should be happy that today farmers are getting permission to trade inside as well as outside. Why they are worried? I just don't understand their logic of any difference of opinion.
They,
The
they,
law is very clear. They should tell us which line they are not comfortable with. Let us discuss that.
they are concerned about the missing line, about the MSP, why it is not in as part of the legislation. So,
It is there in APMC. Is this there in APMC? Tell me, is there in APMC? Mr. Vinod knows APMC. Can he tell me where it is written, in which state? Show me that line.
no, that is the argument of the government also, that it has not been as part of the law earlier also, so it is not necessary. But
Farmers were in 30 years,
listen,
the 30 years farmers were saying, give us freedom from middlemen. Government has given freedom from middlemen. You sell inside or outside. That's all the problem.
Okay, Mr. Binod, as you heard, that government has given freedom to farmers to trade, to sell their procurement to wherever they want and howsoever they want. So, what is the problem?
You see, Mr. Sardana has spoken half of the definition of the trade area. It is also written that what the trade area is not going to be. It says very clearly that private market yards, private sub-market yards, direct marketing collection centers, and private farmers consumer market yards managed by the person holding licenses or any warehouses, silos, cold storage, or other structure which is modified as market or deemed market under each APMC Act in the force of India. So there is a confusion as per the clause second M, N, and I. If you will see the challenge. Now, if MSP is not written anywhere else, then why there was too much of reports mentioning about the minimum support price? Why at all the Food Corporation of India and food security and buffer stock, all these things exist? Minimum support price is a term which has resulted out of the Essential Commodities Act also and APMC Act also. APMC Act is a state machinery which governs it. It is not the union government, whims and fancies. It is very much under the State Act. And there are various rules, regulations concerning MSP. So if that confusion is, so being the union government, you have to clarify. If there is nothing written as such, there was nothing written about the trifurcation of Jammu and Kashmir. There was nothing written in the constitution about Ram Mandir and that movement also. But the government has clarified about it. There is nothing written about the doubling of farmers' income, but the government has an order for that. Why can't this set of orders, 1-2 line written thing or written confirmation through PIB or something like, can come that MSP is going to stay as per the rules?
No, the
So
government.
this is just what 2 lines we want.
Mr. Binod,
And I don't understand that why this Padhi Likhi community do not speaks in this language about the minimum support price. Why हमें गुमराह क्यों किया जा रहा है? Why we are in trouble?
Mr.
Why
Kumar-
there is no clarity over that minimum support price? We understand what is Essential Commodities Act. We have read the also law. We understand what is Agriculture Price Marketing Committee. Don't go to the Bihar and all those places and this is this thing and that thing. Very clearly I am asking, if MSP is a consequence of these many acts, an APMC Act and this Act and that Act, why don't you come up with a 2-line answer over MSP? This is what the concern is.
Binod ji, Mr. Anand, the government's argument is that MSP is it falls under the executive domain. It's not part of the legislature. So it is for the government to specify MSP, and whenever it's whatever they increase or decrease, whatever it is done, it's an executive order.
Sir, I am stopping you in between.
Yeah.
See, CACP is very much under existence. It's a department in the Ministry of Agriculture. It's a statutory body. CACP is created by the Act of Parliament. It is a statutory body.
Right.
So if CACP exists for what? It exists for minimum support price. It is a similar thing that in Reserve Bank of India, you say that we do have a monetary policy. We do not have policy for the financial system. So this is a different terminologies, but the effect is similar thing. If CACP is there, then if you are keeping CACP, if you are keeping the different acts, then why can't you write about MSP? If earlier it is not under existence, then why CACP was under existence?
Okay, Mr. Sardana wants to disagree with you. I think he wants to say something.
First of all, I think what first trade area government has excluded in this notification, obviously, because these areas are having under the control, they got a license from state government. How we can or central government can encroach on a state licensed issues domain? See, every law has a certain sanctity. As a lawyer, I am also practicing lawyer. I can suggest to Vinod ji ki please look at how the laws should be framed, how regulation should be framed. You cannot start writing everything in every law. If issue is of crime, it has to go under criminal law. If it is civil dispute, it has to go in civil law. Just because both are crimes should be in the same book does not make that logic. So like this law only gives freedom to farmer either to trade inside or trade outside. This law says if you are not getting the right price inside APMC, you are free to trade outside. Period. There is nothing else this law says. Now issue comes up is what should be the truck rate, what should be APMC, what this is saying, what that is saying. These are different subjects. They will be handled differently. What is MSP? Why government will continue to give MSP? Let me give you very simple logic. We have a separate law called Food Security Act. Under that, Government of India has to provide ration to poor families. For that, government has to buy ration from the farmers. At what price government will buy? That is what MSP is. As long as India has poverty and under Food Security Act and Supreme Court orders, Government of India has to provide food to poor people. Government has to buy food and that food will be continued. Government will to buy at MSP. There is no confusion. These are two different laws. Why you are mixing things? If you are not clear how regulations are framed in the country, my humble request to all those people, those who are confused, please read the Constitution. Please read the respective laws for clarity. Otherwise, we can sit across the table and I can clarify your doubts.
Okay, Mr. Sardana, as you said that there is not awareness about the law, about these bills and these legislations. So, many political parties have got into it and they are supporting farmers. So, do you think it's purely farmers' agitation or a political agitation in the garb of farmers' agitation?
Sir, I am talking to n number of farmers every day. All are happy. Who is unhappy are the middlemen, because so far there was a monopoly. Under APMC Act, only license holder trader can trade. Buyer has to go to license holder commission agent. Farmer has to go to commission agent and they have to trade. That is why I was paying 50 rupees in Delhi. Farmer was getting 2 rupees in village. Vinodji, tell me who was pocketing this 45 rupees per kg? Who is making money out of the farmer's hard work? Consumer was paying, but it was not reaching the farmer. All farmers were protesting from last 30-40 years. Get rid of Mandi Samitis because we are exploited there. Now, when government is giving freedom to farmers, actually these people, those who are exploiting and making hefty money at the cost of farmer and consumer, now they are finding that their systems are shaking. Now farmer will not come to them. Farmer will look for better buyer. How they are going to exploit the farmers? They are worried. In order to protect their domain, they are misleading farmer, bringing new issues of MSP. आपको बड़ी कंपनी खा जाएगी, मल्टीनेशनल खा जाएगी. आज तक तो आप खा रहे थे, आज तक तो मिडल मैन खा रहे थे 70 साल से, तब वो खाया हुआ नहीं हुआ. पंजाब में टुडे पंजाब is operating Nestle. In Punjab there is a Glaxo operating. Are farmers unhappy with multinationals? If they are so unhappy, why don't you close down Nestle? Let Chief Minister of Punjab issue a closure order to Nestle today. If Nestle is exploiting farmers or if Glaxo is exploiting farmers, it is just a fear psychosis. They want to mobilize farmers because they are ignorant, they are illiterate, they cannot read and write. So mislead them for your political agenda. This is what is happening in the country today. Nothing else.
So, Mr. Binod Anand, how do you answer that, particularly about the middlemen and commission agents?
You see, the Partly, I agree with Mr. Sardana. The intention of bill was to remove the middleman. And we are here working for the government and working with the government. We are not against the government as such. We are not anti-establishment people, as there are few politicians and few people are. I would not name them. The thing is that as a farmer, I have to be very clear in what I am getting. I'm a student of public administration. I will ask a simple question. Every bill is framed and then executive has to create the rules.
Mr. Binod.
So there is a term of subordinate legislation.
Mr. Binod.
And in subordinate legislation, bureaucrats, what they do, hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you properly.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, no, but first answer about the middleman. Does these laws free a farmer from the middleman or the commission agents?
The very simple thing, the very first thing that's what I was putting that argument, that this bill is going to create a big havoc among the middlemen. And this is a big challenge for the farming community also.
Is this good for farmer or not? Tell that first.
I am not going to sell to the Reliance directly and to any XYZ, value chain owner. I will work with a person who is in my locality. And for that, I need clarity. If that person will speak to me, you go to the mandi, then you will get MSP. If you are selling at your farm gate, you are not going to get MSP. So, Mr. Sardana, what I will do in that case?
So is that, Mr. Binod, if I understood you correctly, so is that farmer is afraid of changing the status quo or changing the system that has been existing? Is he afraid of an unseen issue?
Only thing is that if you are changing the status quo, there must be clarity. Earlier, in the system which was prior to these bills, things were clear. You go to the mandi, you get the MSP. If you are not going to the mandi, you are not authorized to get MSP. But in this case, you have shown me the different world. You are dreaming and you are asking me to dream with you to double the farmer's income, to create a country where $5 trillion economy would be, to create a country where the agriculture will bring the growth on the track. But you are not giving a two-line answer that if I am going to trade outside the mandi area, outside the APMC area, am I going to get MSP or not? Am I going to get the price of my commodity rightly or not? So this is the concern.
Okay, Mr.
This
Sardana.
is my concern where I am troubled.
Okay, Mr. Sardana, I will ask you the same question. Is a farmer or the farmers afraid of changing the status quo or the system they have been used to?
It is not farmers, it is the middleman who is afraid. It is the local politics who is afraid. Now let me give you a very simple answer to what Vinod is saying. APMC is under state government. Let state government, whoever has a problem with the central legislation, those who want MSP should be given to the farmers. They should make a law under APMC because it is their domain. That whoever is going to come to mandi, that farmer will get APMC within APMC MSP. So what farmers will do? They will go to mandi, they will get MSP. They will only sell when there is a price higher than MSP outside APMC. So where is the problem? So you will get all the farmer back in APMC. You give them MSP. Farmers are happy. Your Adatiyas and middleman is happy. State government is happy. If I have to buy outside APMC, then I will always give higher than MSP. So simple point is, state government, why don't you fix MSP for all APMC? Outside market will discipline on its own. You don't have to create a law for outsider. You have to simply create a law which you are managing, that is APMC. So where is the confusion? Farmer is not idiot. He will look for who is giving better price. If APMC, Adatiya or middleman is giving better price, farmer will sell to him. If he is not giving better price, he will find who else is giving better price. Whether APMC of Ludhiana is giving better price or APMC of Jalandhar is giving better price, he will go there. Where is the problem? So it is state government's domain. Let state government come out. If central government is not telling you anything, ask state government to issue executive order, which you are advising central government. Why don't you advise the same thing to state government? You will come to know that state governments are not keen because they know it. They were exploiting farmers. Their middlemen are exploiting farmers. Local politics is exploiting farmers. You don't want transparency. You want exploitation to continue. Central government gives you that power to the farmer. So far, all power was in the hand of license holder middlemen. Central law shifts that power from middleman to farmer. And this power shift is actually making everyone uncomfortable. How you can make farmers powerful? How you can give choice to farmer? What will happen to us? This is a concern. Nothing else. Rest is जिसको हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना घड़ियाली आंसू दिखाने के. They all are frightened from inside. If the central law become effective, what will happen to their politics? What will happen to their commission? What will happen to their exploitative mindset? That is worried.
Okay, Mr. Binod, you want to say something because we are running out of time on this?
The old saying, a farmer is always going to be the rich next year. But actually it never happens in reality. You know, there is the Bharat versus India debate
Sir,
is going
ensure
on.
MSP and APMC.
The
Problem
only
will be
concern
solved.
is, let me manifest myself in the interest of farming community, please. And in the interest of the whole country. You see, it is the FCI and the NAFED which buy the commodity. It is not the state government. State government is just a means. A state government is not the end towards buying it. The financial support and the all support is going to be provided by the Ministry of Consumer Affairs and Public Distribution System. It is, and will also be the Ministry of Agriculture. It is not the state machinery which buys it. But agriculture being a state subject, it is the state government which has the mandate. So there is a confusion. Why you are not getting this point? This is a concern. Every quintal, suppose you procure 100 kg, you know how much government has to, every 100 kg, government has to invest 900 rupees to procure it. This is the problem. This is the challenge. We need a system like this. But if after all these bills and after all this transformation, we are on the same stage as we were earlier, so what is the point in fighting, doing so much of a struggle? So that is a concern. If you are coming out with something good, we are trying to complement and supplement your thought process. We are not against you. We are feeding the nation. My farmers are really working very hard, along with Mr. Sardana. Mr. Sardana is a very noted expert, a good friend of mine, like a big brother of mine. You understand the basic problem, the challenge what the farmers are facing. There has to be a clarity of if the resentment would be, what will be the challenge, how the quality and grades is going to determine all my commodities price. So these are the big challenge, the three issues which I have raised earlier also on this very channel with Mr. Kaul. So there is no clarity coming out with the government, and that is why we are on the road, and we will be on the road for that purpose.
Okay, Mr. Sardana, we have maybe 30 seconds more, if you can say something in that time.
Very simple. These three bills will make farmers free from all the clutches of exploitation. Farmers will come together in the form of cooperatives and FPO. Farmers have created Amul. They are winner in the dairy market. Farmers in Haryana and Kerala, where there is no APMC, make more money than Punjab and Haryana per acre of land. This is a NABARD study. So my request to Binod ji is that Binod ji organize farmers into FPOs. Give them power of community building. They will be winner. Get rid of middlemen. Support the Farmers Association, not the middlemen. And you will be able to do great job for farmers. Create another Amul. Create another organization of farmers. Don't depend on middlemen and APMC for farmers' welfare. In 70 years they exploited. If you continue to do that, for next 70 years they will exploit. So give freedom to farmers for their economic independence. And this is the best thing what farmers can get. So please support it and help the farmers in understanding this law in true spirit and create FPOs farmer cooperatives so that farmer can become a force in the market, and that is the way forward.
Okay, we hope that farmers really get independence and that they get freedom and they get the best prices for their produce. But my time is running out. Thank you both of you for participating in this debate.
Thank you.
This is all in the agenda today. Thanks for watching. I will be back with another important topic tomorrow. Till then, goodbye.